Hello, 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 everybody. We are live. I already see some of you already here. Welcome. Hi, we have Heather. Heather, I like you. You've already jumped on the question. We've got Peter. Hi, Pete. James. Hi, James. Hi, Ben. It's so great to see you guys. Welcome. Happy Sunday. I'm coming to you live from beautiful sunny state of Florida. And Heather is asking, hi everyone, should I wait to ask my questions later? That's fine. You can just ask, and when I'm channeling, they will go through the questions and answer. Hi Ralph, hi Pulsar. So great to see you guys. If you guys notice at the top of the chat, I pinned a link, and it's a link to an interview that I did with the Kevin Moore show. If you guys haven't checked out the Kevin Moore show, I highly recommend you check it out. He is amazing, and this interview is pretty thorough. We went really deep on a lot of stuff. I shared many things that I know I haven't talked about on this when I go live or on video. So I highly recommend you check it out. And he has a great, great channel. Oba says hi. Carol, hi Jenny. Oh, it's so great to see you guys. I know so many of you are coming from all over the world. Pretty exciting. So again, to all of you guys new here, check out the link that I put in, that I pinned at the top as the interview. Hi Tristan, that I did with Kevin Moore. And if any of you here watching are coming from that show, feel free to actually say hi in the comments below. That would be really, really cool to meet all of you. All right, you guys. Well, if you have any questions during the live, feel free to leave them below. And Lord Bear from UK, awesome. Carol, 8 a.m. in Australia. That's me. It's freezing. Wow. Oh, that's right. You guys are, your seasons are flipped over there, where it's starting to get pretty hot out here in Florida, actually. But thankfully, most houses in Florida have pools. As you can see, there's one in the background, so I can't wait to jump into that later. Sam Wolf, hi Sam Wolf. Laura, hi Laura from Pennsylvania. Awesome. Laura saw the interview. That's so great. Hi, Linda. I did have a really wonderful weekend. It's been really, really nice, actually. Quite lovely. Yay, Sheila is here, everybody. Say hi to Sheila, our moderator. So excited. It's so great to have you here, Sheila. Thanks for being here. Linda is from Amsterdam. Oh my goodness, what a fun place Amsterdam is. I can't wait to go back there. I'm actually planning a trip pretty soon out here in out in the Mediterranean. I'm going back to Albania and some other places as they open up. So great. Well, Sheila's here, so this is gonna be lovely because I know you guys will have questions. We already had somebody ask a question as the opening comment, and also an FYI, I will probably not be doing these lives for a couple weekends. I'll keep you posted in the community board on the YouTube channel. So feel free to ask any questions you have. Of course, I'm always available through the Facebook group, all right, on there, or through email. You can always feel free to reach out. And yeah, it's so good to connect with you guys. Make sure you check out that interview. Also, make sure you give a like to this live, and I will go under in just a few minutes. I got my coconut water here, gonna hydrate before I go in. Ronnie Rocker at Right website. I'm not sure if you're asking about the website, but there is a website. It's still under construction, but it is there and available. Ascension7.org. Laura says she grew up in Florida. Oh, very cool. By Fort Lauderdale. Oh, it's very beautiful. Beautiful state. All right, cool, you guys. So how about it? I think it's time, all right? All right, some more questions are coming in. So if you guys are new here, if you've been here, the way it works is you leave a question. Usually Sheila sifts through them. And so when I'm channeling is usually first come basis on the questions. You're also always welcome to, if you want to sort of prioritize your question, you can always leave a super chat. All right. And Ronnie says, can I get you on phone? Well, Ronnie, you're welcome to book a session directly with myself or with Seven. And that you can do right now by emailing me at ascension7 and the number 7@gmail.com. All right, you guys, so I'm going to go under now, and any questions you have, just you can, to make it easier for Sheila to go through them, just write out question and then the question that you actually have, all right? And then once this is over, I'm going to sort of wake back up and we'll have another chat and some other announcements, all right? Humans, it is with deep appreciation that we come amongst you. And it is this state of appreciation that allows us to experience you in a way which reveals to us so much of the light that you are, and so much of the light that you often bury yourself away from. And today we wanted to share with you a simple message about the importance of maintaining your own state of appreciation and well-being. Because so many humans sort of become masters at allowing others to knock them off from wherever they are in a state of well-being. And it is not that others are knocking you off, is that whatever it is that someone is being or doing becomes of much more importance to you than your own inner state of being, all right? And oftentimes, You think by making what others are saying or doing more important than how you feel about you and your existence. Because you think in doing this, and somehow you will be able to find a solution, or you'll be able to sort of understand what this person is doing and maybe make them understand where you are. But in that process, by sort of knocking yourself off that place, what you do is not bring about a state of understanding, but to bring about more conflict. And then the situation escalates, and all of a sudden you say, you know what? I don't like humans very much. Charlie has experienced this herself. She's become much, much better at sort of maintaining this state of well being within herself. But there are times when she notices that in order for her to sort of deal with someone, she feels that she must sort of let go of this state of well being. But you never have to really truly deal with anyone. What's truly important to do is to maintain that relationship with you. Because when you really master that, and someone comes along and they're feeling not so great and they're wanting you to pay attention to them not feeling so great, you can see what they are doing without reacting to it. And it doesn't mean that you are being selfish or that you are ignoring them or that you are ignoring whatever situation you are in. It just means that you are maintaining this state of well being while at the same time sort of inviting whoever is around into this space. And if for one reason or another they are not ready to be in that state, you do not feel this need to fight with them or to make them understand, all right? Because you cannot really make anyone understand anything. You can simply be who you are, where you are, and allow others to come to their own conclusions. It is very consuming, this way of being, when a human is so concerned with what others are doing and saying. Very consuming. And it can be very confusing because here you have yourself and you are wanting a state of maybe well-being and clarity, and then you are noticing others that are not doing that, and you're saying, well, I don't get it. I wish they would sort of get on with it. And if they're not getting on with it, then I got to tell them something. I got to do something about it. And there's a sense of energy that builds up in wanting to tell others how to be and what to do. But in that process, you notice that the energy doesn't continue to build up. The energy that is already built up is sort of leaked out in this difficult effort in wanting others to see something that you cannot make them see. It is something that they must come to a state of understanding all on their own. All that you can really do is be who you are and where you are. And those who are ready, they will see you, they will hear you, they'll be ready to understand you. And if they are not ready, it is not up to you to sort of force them into readiness, because every single one of you is on your very own path, on your very own path of ascension, of evolution, of experiencing the reality that you choose moment to moment to moment. All right. We understand that you are curious about a few things, so we will begin to converse with you about these things, all right? All right. Can you give guidance on how to navigate romantic relationships from a solid, secure place as the collective is shifting to a new way of interacting intimately with a divine, feminine, masculine balancing? All right. Very good. We understand this can be confusing at such a time because you are sort of in a state of contraction. And in this state of contraction, you have been experiencing a lot of different information and sort of guidance coming from all sides, letting you know how to be, who to be, and how to be with one another. And in this state, it can seem confusing because, in one part, there is your physical body with its wants and needs and desires. And then there is the emotional aspect of you that has been very much trained, all right, to behave in one way or another. And then there is this outer world full of information and guidance telling you about one another. And so the simplest thing about this place of security, it is about harnessing within yourselves. We just shared with you a little bit about sort of becoming much more focused on the relationship that you have with you, because that is the foundation of all other relationships, all right? And so this comes for any form of a relationship, whether it is friends or partners or siblings or parents or even with your animals and even with nature. As this relationship with you improves, you start to let go of the little judgments and the sort of trainings that you received about how you should be and who you should be. And the next part is this sort of paying attention to the kind of guidance that you receive from without, because it is very natural as you are evolving and wanting to attract others into your life that you sort of look without to find out how to do it better. All right. So it's important right now. So many of you are receiving so many conflicting messages, all right, telling you who is better than the other, all right? So steer clear from anything that sort of divides you and separates you and sort of puts you into categories and gives you scores about who is better than the other or the other side is better than the other side, all right? Make the focus this learning of how to be present with yourself, all right? How to be present in the moment without judgment. How to begin witnessing yourself purely as you are, all right? How often do you sort of look in the mirror and you say something kind to yourself? Most often humans look into the mirror and they say, you know what? I'm not so happy with what I'm seeing. This part of me could be better. Oh, I could lose a few pounds. Oh, if I only had a better this and a better that, all right? But as you sort of look upon yourself with a state of appreciation, as you look upon all that is around you with a state of appreciation, this sort of balance of the feminine and masculine will come forth naturally and brilliantly, all right? Because you cannot force a balance. You cannot sort of intellectually understand a balance. Balance comes forth when you understand what it is to be in a state of harmony. So, as this planet shifts and the energies shift, you'll notice that as you are already witnessing so much information coming forth from many different sides, all right, telling you what is truth and what is not. But the real truth, all right, the real truth sets you free. Anything else that sort of traps you into being one way or another, that feels limiting, that feels that you've got to please others before you master this inner relationship, will sort of lead you astray until you finally say, you know what? You know what? What's most important to me is to feel good. What's most important to me is this inner freedom. And when you begin to master that, all your relationships become more harmonious. All right? Very good. Can you sleep on the other side? Or I know you could be physical body if you want to, but you are as conscious like a vapor. What is it? All right, but very good question. What is your question exactly? You can sleep in any side that you want, and you can be in connection with both your physical and non-physical. But if you are asking about sleep, we do not truly, there's a lack of clarity in your question, but we'll bring a little bit of clarity to it by simply saying that when you are sleeping, it is your wonderful opportunity to connect with the non-physical, because it is in that time that your ego mind is asleep. All right, it's sort of out of the way, because oftentimes in your physical state, you have a difficult time connecting with the non-physical, because your ego mind is there judging everything and sort of trying to assign meaning to all that is. That is why when you are sleeping and you receive dreams, they come forth with all kinds of different symbols and things that do not make sense to you. All right, but they make perfect sense when you begin to let go of that judgment of the ego mind. All right, very good. Will there be a full disclosure on UFOs? Footage of UFOs are being shown on the news. All right, so we have spoken about this before, and you very well know that there are other beings present here on planet Earth. This can be this can be strange to even speak to humans about, because you're already aware of the cosmos and how wonderfully infinite it is, all right? But what so many of you are not aware of is that physical existence does not happen just in the few dimensional planes that so many of you perceive it in. Now, there'll continue to be information that is released about other non-earthly beings on this planet, but it'll be a while until you truly get a real understanding about the multitude of beings that are present here. All right, but the state of your of planet Earth right now is sort of kind of constricting a lot of the information that could be revealed, because so many humans are still so wrapped up and sort of bringing about more conflict, which makes it more and more difficult for beings from other parts of the cosmos to make themselves visible to you. All right, so enjoy the information that is being revealed now, but do not rely on what you call your news or the outside sources. There are so many humans that are already accessing so much more information about other physical beings from other parts of the cosmos. All right, so stay tuned, pay attention, start to notice, because sometimes this information is not just revealed to the power structures on your planet, is often revealed to the beings that are most open and available to see and witness, all right? It seems the COVID agenda may be fading. Is there a new agenda from the ones who challenge us? All right, there will always be a new agenda, all right, which is why so much of the information and the guidance and the wisdom that comes through, it is about connecting each and every single one of you to that inner clarity and then that inner state of freedom, all right? Because being in a physical form, all right, will always have contrasting forces. And these contrasting forces will present different ways to sort of challenge this state of freedom. And so once one agenda goes, another one comes. It's very important to stay attuned to not just simply what is going on without in the world, all right? But also what is going on within you, because that's going to be the clearest sort of indicator of what you are sensing. Because sometimes what happens, humans sort of have a sense of an intuition that something is going on, and they start to look without for affirmation of it. They receive the affirmation, And they start to then become addicted to requiring more and more affirmation. But what we say is make this inner guidance very clear, and it will let you know, all right, I'm sensing something. And then you'll sort of pay attention and notice it play out in the world around you. But then you also know when it is time to sort of say, you know what? I don't need proof from out there. It's more important for me right now to pay attention to this inner guidance and what it is that is letting me know. But there will always be some sort of force from the outside that will challenge those that are in a state of expansion, that are reaching for this state of freedom, that are reaching for this state of freedom within, and that are sort of manifesting it without. All right. Now, something to pay attention to is that oftentimes when these sort of things unfold in your physical environment, it takes time for them to sort of live out their full effect. But do not make the agenda itself something to hold you apart from your own journey, from that own inner state of freedom, all right? Simply sort of notice it, how it plays out, and how it can allow you to expand further, to reach more for this state of inner freedom, all right? Very good. There are many sources who claim that time is not linear. I cannot wrap my brain around that. Can you attempt to simplify this concept? All right, well, the simplest thing we will say, well, you don't even need to think about it. All right. All right. So we understand sometimes you receive information and it sounds so good. It sounds so interesting. It sounds so intelligent. But so many humans will say, it makes no sense to me because I have no way of applying this in my physical perspective of reality. And that's all right, because not every single piece of information that is coming forth is meant for you to sort of absorb and try to understand it all. Even as we speak to you, we often say, pick and choose what works for you and put it into practice. And if it is allowing you to have a better experience, then wonderful. But if it is something that is not really, it cannot serve your reality and your experience, then it's all right to sort of move on to the next. Now, this time perspective is very fun because so much of your physical reality is very linear, all right? You go to school, you learn the alphabet is from A to Z. All right, there's a sense of linearness that you have applied to something like language, which is not very linear. It is the same thing about thinking, all right? It is the same thing in your mathematics. 1 + 1 is 2. But physical reality is unfolding at different dimensions, all right? So there is the physical dimension that you are experiencing right now, in which we come forth right now. But most of your sort of reality, what you perceive as reality, is unfolding in non-physical. And non-physical is a world that is sometimes and often very difficult for humans to understand, coming from this state of linearness, all right? 1 + 1 is 2. So dreams are a wonderful way to sort of try to discover what it is that time is not linear. Because in dreams, you might be in a physical form and you might find yourself within moments in a different time and place, in a completely different land, in a completely different dimension, in a completely different time and place, possibly in a completely different life form, all right? And so in this state, you realize that things aren't so black and white, all right? That there is many different layers to your existence. And so, for example, we always say that when you are living in this very present moment, all right, that's all that exists. Because oftentimes humans will think about the past, all right? and a part of them will be living in the past. But how can you live in the past when your physical body is in this very present moment? But you do it all the time. Why? Because time is not linear. It is a sort of concept that you have brought forth to make your physical reality a little bit more palatable. And part of it is because you live attuned to the movement of the planet Earth, of the stars around the planet Earth, of the planets around planet Earth, the moon and the sun. And in many ways, it feels that they are unfolding linearly, all right? They have a certain rhythm that is predictable, all right? But as you begin to step away from just this physical reality perception into non-physical, you will notice that the concept of time starts to dissipate. Sometimes you have come to learn this in very small ways by noticing that you will witness the presence of a star in this very moment, but the event has happened at a different time. So, how do you explain that? It is all right to allow yourself at times to relax and to begin to experience yourself in the present moment. Sometimes humans will experience this in meditation and they will notice that time flies by, or a short amount of time feels like a very long time. All right. This is the simplest way to understand that time is not linear. While you may measure it in minutes and seconds and hours, when you broaden your perspective of the multi layers of existence, you start to understand that linear time is just one of these layers. All right. As you begin to broaden this perspective, you'll see that sometimes when you are in the present and you make certain adjustments within, you transform the past. All right. And by transforming the past, you also transform the future. And so, in this very way, time is not linear. We understand this can be a bit intense for humans to perceive, but that's all right. Take it one moment at a time. And instead of sort of grasping for a mental understanding, see if you can begin to experience transcending time. All right. We are very certain that you have experienced this transcendence of time in the moments where you have been present in nature, in the moments where you have been present in a state of love, in the moments where you've been present in a state of appreciation. You have experienced this sort of falling off of time as a concept, and you have experienced the eternity of the moment. All right. I am conscious, therefore I am an avatar. So am I in a machine pod on a spaceship? All right, maybe you are. All right, maybe you are. You must begin to notice when you are sort of in a state that an awareness like this is coming to you. Begin to notice it. Begin to pay attention. Where is it coming from? Does it feel like it is the truth to you? Does it present itself as the truth to you? See, sometimes humans will present things in a physical form that makes sense to them, all right? But and we have spoken about you being the avatar, not so much from you being a sort of machine or a pod or whatever it is that you want to call it, but because reality transcends the physical dimensions that you experience it in. All right. See, in this very moment, we can be present with you in this physical reality, but our natural form is in the non physical. All right. And this can seem strange because how can you not have a physical form? But the non physical part of you is anywhere and everywhere. And the avatar is this physical manifested aspect of you. So humans will say, well, where is this other aspect of me? Is it somewhere in outer space? See, it is important in your times of meditation, in your times of being in your sort of moments of inner connection, to start paying attention what that space feels like. And in that, you'll start to notice that there will be an opening of understanding. And you'll notice that the non-physical aspect of you does not belong to a particular place. It does not belong to a particular time. It is free to roam and to be. All right? It is your physical form that in many ways sort of focuses that energy. All right? The non-physical part of you, when you sort of leave this physical body, often humans will ask, well, where do I go? Or where do I go back to? Or where do I go forward to? And you move on into this state of non-pure physical beingness. All right. And you continue on to the state of non-beingness until the non-physical aspects of you is sort of ready to make the choice to move into another physical existence. All right. So do not overthink this process. All right. You can sort of choose where you decide where you're going to be in non-physical, but that doesn't mean that it changes where the non-physical is. All right. So become more attuned to the experience of this connection to this inner aspect of you. And from there, begin to notice, where is it? What does this space feel like? All right. And from there, you'll get a better understanding of where this non-physical aspect of you is manifesting this physical aspect of you. All right. Very good. All right. Are there libraries of film or video of old Earth available to us after contact has been established? All right. So there's very much, this is already available to you. All right. Greater consciousness records everything, every thought that has ever been thought. All right. Every feeling that has ever been felt, every experience that has ever been experienced is available in greater consciousness. All right. So as you make this connection, you start to notice glimpses of it. Okay. So humans begin to notice this. You often call it the Akashic records. All right. This sort of collection, this infinite collection of all that has been and that all that will ever be. Now, you may perceive it as a movie, whatever it is that sort of allows you to perceive physical reality. For some, it's sound. For some, it's words. For some, it's a visual. For some, it's a feeling. Now, we speak to you about dreams because dreams is a great way to begin tapping into this aspect of the non-physical, which records all that is and all that has ever been. All right. Now, so many of you are curious about aspects of planet Earth because you want to know, where did we come from? What has been happening here? Because there are so few things that we have learned. And so what we say is trust, because Charlie has noticed this herself as she opens up more and more to receiving without judgment and without sort of applying meaning to anything. She's noticed that she starts to receive information about certain aspects of not just her existence, but of the existence of this planet and beyond. And you'll start to notice, and many humans have noticed this, as they sort of relax and they build up this connection to their non-physical aspect of them, and they understand that the physical part of them is just one piece of reality, one piece of this cosmic existence. Then you'll sort of start to experience these portals opening, and you'll say, aha, I'm sort of understanding where I've come from. I understand what evolution the planet is coming from. And I don't necessarily need to sort of read about it. I'm intuitively understanding it. All right. There is so much. And where you are in the physical bodies and minds and hearts, there is only so much that you can perceive. And that's all right, because it is always available to you at any time. See, as you embark on sort of wanting to know more, as you begin to ask, you begin to receive, all right? So if you are wanting to deepen this contact, all right, because you do not have to wait for an outside force to make contact, all right? You can begin in this very moment. It is a state of receptivity. It is a state of openness. It is a state of curiosity. It is a state of non-judgment. It is from that place that you begin to make contact with that space, all right, that carries that vibration, that allows you to tap into it and to sort of begin downloading anything that you are curious about. All right, very good. Any technique, permission slip to fully shift into a new and highly optimized body. All right, permission slip given right in this very moment. We've just signed it off. All right, so what do we mean by this? We hear this a lot with humans who say, you know, I'd like to experience something better, something greater, something that just feels like more of my natural state of being than this sort of pain and frustration and fear or anger or smallness that I'm in right now. All right, how do I do it? And we say, make a choice to do so. All right, because so many humans, they feel like they have to wait for someone to give them permission to. Now, if you're wondering about the technique, we've shared with you different ways, because you very well know you live in a vibrational universe and you are a vibrational being. All right. And so, you know, as you shift this vibration, you can shift the physical state that you are in. All right. So how do you shift this vibration? Well, it is great because you have been given wonderful tools. It is your mind, your thinking, your emotions. All right. And then your physical body and movement. All right. Energy. All right. And so as you begin to integrate all these different aspects of you and begin to dance with them together to move in a direction of a vibration that is more uplifting, that allows you to be in a state of flow, you're already making this shift, all right? So we have spoken before about the art of upliftment, which is this changing of your states. And what this does is begins to shift you both physically and non-physically into a higher vibrational state, all right? And so the way in which you do this, again, you utilize the tools that you have been given. Your mind is a tool, all right? It is not who you are, it is simply a tool. Your emotions are a tool. They are indicators, all right? If you're not feeling good, it is simply an indicator. And as you sort of master this language of understanding what your emotions are telling you, you can begin to sort of notice that you are receiving the signals. It's too hot, it's too cold, all right? And then you can apply your thinking. Now, here's the thing with thinking. So many humans think that they are thinking all the time, but most humans do not really think. They simply sort of argue within their minds. But when you truly begin to think, when you sort of make that choice to say, you know what, I'm going to choose a thought that allows me to feel a greater sense of well-being. What is that thought? That's when thinking truly begins. All right. So that is how you truly begin to make this shift into a highly optimized body. All right. Now, sometimes humans will approach this from the outside in. All right. They'll say, I'll drink this and I'll eat that and I'll shoot this up and I'll do that. And yes, that will have some sort of effect, but it will be short lived. The greatest shift that happens is from within. All right. From shifting your inner state. All right, because from that place, you come into a state of inspiration, not just an outer state of motivation, which is not very long lasting. All right. So, if you'd like to be and experience your body in a better state, begin to shift that vibration, begin to pay attention to your thoughts, begin to pay attention to your emotions, begin to pay attention to that relationship with you, and begin to pay attention to your relationship with the world around you. All right? Because you are here because of everything that is. All right? So you are very much connected to all of your environment, within and without. So start to really play with that, start to really become much more sensible to all the different signals that you are receiving, and start to make a choice moment to moment to moment that you are wanting to experience yourself in a state of well-being, that you are wanting to experience yourself in a state of freedom and full energy. And you start to notice that guidance will come forth, all right, and it will be inspired. It'll be inspired from this choice. It'll be inspired from this state of being aligned to the fullest aspect of you. All right. I have memories from this lifetime, but these things have not happened. They also seem as though they seem impossible or our present time. Could you explain this to me? All right. Well, we want you to be aware that memories, they can fool you, all right? Memories can fool you because sometimes humans will say, I remember this and I remember that, but often memories are interpretations. All right, they are interpretations of things that you might have experienced. They are interpretations of messages that you might be receiving. All right, and you can sort of choose what to do with them. All right, you are not a slave to them. Oftentimes, humans feel that they are slave to their memories. They'll say, "This has happened to me." Or they'll receive messages and they say, this might happen to me, or this will happen to me. All right. So whenever you are witnessing a sort of image play out in your mind and you are perceiving it as a memory, understand that in many ways, a memory is a projection, all right, of your interpretation. And so if it is something that you are aware, or to some degree you have an awareness that this has not happened, all right, you say, this has not really happened, so what is it? Well, it is a message, all right, it is a message that you have tapped into. The next question is this a message for you that you are wanting to manifest forth? Is it a message from the highest aspect of you, or is it a message from your ego? All right, so how do you sift and sort through this? The highest aspect of you is always guiding you towards a greater state of inner freedom. All right, so if you are noticing that these what you call memories, these interpretations of the messages are guiding you towards this state, then it is something that you can begin to pay attention to. But if you are noticing that something is coming forth and is sort of getting in the way of you experiencing the fullest version of you, then you can begin to notice it. Where is it coming from exactly? all right? And most often it will be an ego aspect, all right? The inner judge sort of trying to meddle up your experience, okay? So it is up to you to be the sifter and sorter of your inner visions, all right? But the most important aspect is to notice, is this true guidance coming from source? Or is this some kind of inner noise presenting itself as a premonition, as a prediction? Because anything you can come alive, all right? Anything you can manifest. It is up to you to choose what it is. But do not become so concerned with calling it a memory or not, because the human mind is fickle. The human mind is very fickle, all right? It often creates a lot of confusions and things, and it messes up its own perspective for something else. Notice, what is it that is coming forth? Is it allowing you to be aligned with the state of inner freedom, the state of pure joy? And then this is guidance coming from source, manifesting itself. All right, very good. All right. If no action occurs separate from the flow of karma and the lives we live, the suffering that some experience is necessary for their evolution. Will interfering to help cause harm or good? Well, are they wanting your guidance? Are they wanting your help? When someone sincerely says, you know what, something is happening and I want some guidance, all right, then they are sort of allowing themselves to be in a state of receptivity. And if the guidance comes forth, then it has the possibility to create a shift within. But if someone is going through something, you say, you know what, I'm going to tell you something that's going to help you. And they'll say, I didn't ask you, but thank you very much. All right. Now, sometimes humans will say, but I cannot stand back and not offer my guidance. But guidance has no power unless someone is in a state of receptivity. All right. So it is in the same way that we share messages with you. We are not concerned, are you or are you not receiving this message? Because it is not up to us. We are simply here to share a message. It's up to you to be in a state of receptivity. You can make that choice because you are a free being. See, sometimes humans forget this, or sometimes humans will say, I am a free being, but I'm not so sure about them. Because you know what? They're not really acting like a free being. But realize that every being on this planet is a free being, all right? And they make a choice to come in and play in this physical existence. And when others are sort of going through their existence and they're admitting that, you know what, this is not working out for me. I would like to know something better. I'd like to learn something better. And when they are reaching for that guidance, then it is okay to share it with them. But if you are sort of interfering, as you are mentioning it, any kind of interference, though on the surface it might seem like, we're just trying to help, it begins to sort of continue on this way in which most humans are trained, all right? This is how most humans are trained in their families and in their societies. They are trained to get the guidance from out there, all right? All right? This is how you should do it. This is how you should live, all right? See, we gave this example a few weeks ago when we had a conversation with a group of humans. See, when a human begins to walk, some parents will get in front of them and say, come here, come here, come here. They'll sort of guide the child to move in their direction. Some parents stand in the back with their arms open, allowing the child to move in whichever direction they really want to, and sort of ready there in case the child falls, ready to sort of hold on to them. And source is in the same way. It is not saying, come here, come there. It's sort of allowing you to unfold and live your experiences, saying, you know what? But if you fall, we're always here to protect you, to offer guidance. Now, if more and more humans were raised in this way, you'll notice that interference would not be necessary. But because so many humans are sort of raised to be told what to do and how to do it, without that's always often that sense of discovery, as they reach a certain point in their existence, it feels like interference is the only way in which they will receive the right guidance. So, very good question, all right? All right, very good. Are some galactic beings here leisurely, not in official capacity? Yes, in many ways you could say that all galactic beings are sort of leisurely, meaning they come in with free choice and they come in to sort of live out their own chosen experience. Sometimes this chosen experience includes a sort of offering of guidance to human beings. Oftentimes it just comes in this sort of pure sense of beingness. And in that pure sense of beingness, it's not that there's no mission, because there are beings, all right, non-interdimensional, non-physical beings on this planet that sort of are here to raise your vibration. And the way in which they do it is not necessarily by bringing forth physical messages as we are doing right now, but by simply being in a state of inner freedom and joy, all right? And by being in this state of higher vibration, they are already doing something quite wonderful for this planet and beyond, all right? So it is in the same way sometimes humans feel that they always have got to do something, right? They say, I've got to take action, I've got to do something. And in the doing of something, they sort of drop in their vibration, and they feel that they can sort of only feel good when they are just hanging out and relaxing and going on vacation. We say, imagine if you could be feeling that state of flow and well-being at all times, then anything that you do is so much more effective. All right. So there are many wonderful intergalactic beings that have sort of mastered the state of beingness, which is just pure beingness in a high vibration, a vibration of freedom and joy and well-being. And in that, they are doing so much for this planet, for humans, and for the cosmos. All right, very good. All right, so obviously galactics and tap into our communications. Do you find some of our entertainment entertaining to you? Well, we find humans very entertaining. All right. And we find you entertaining because from our perspective, we see the fullness of you. We see all that you have available to you. We see all the inner resources that you've got. And we often see you sort of run in circles, all right, just like a dog chases its tail. And it is very amusing to us because we do not have a judgment about experiences or as good or bad as you do in this physical reality. Because we understand that the spirit chooses to come into any reality to expand and grow, all right? And so in that, when we see so many of you struggle to simply be, we do not feel sorrow. We feel a deep sense of compassion and often amusement. Charlie has noticed that so much of her entertainment nowadays is coming from watching videos of cats, because she says that sometimes when I watch them, they sort of reflect a sort of aspect of myself and other humans. But because they're sort of living without this ego mind of ours, they're a lot more transparent in their silliness, in their sort of behavior. And so it is in the same way in which we often witness humans. it is amusing to us so much of who you are. Because one thing that we see for certain is that as free beings that you are, you have available to you so many choices, all right? So many choices that can guide you in any possible direction. And often you make choices that guide you in not such a great direction. And in those moments, you learn great lessons, all right? Just like watching someone slip on a banana. There's a part of you that doesn't want to laugh, but there's something amusing about it, all right? Now, of course, we are teasing you. We do not sort of gain a sense of joy from watching you what you consider suffering. We have deep, deep compassion for humans and planet Earth. However, so much of how we perceive reality, this projected reality, is in such a way that when we see you, without even needing to watch any of your entertainment, we are greatly entertained. And so if simply you notice yourself as a little bit more entertaining, you'd start to sort of ease up a little bit, all right? Your experience would become a little bit more light-hearted, all right? You'd open up a little bit more and you'd find a little bit more joy. All right, we have very much enjoyed connecting with you. And we would like to continue this conversation, but as we always say that we have all of eternity, but Charlie says, you know what, but I don't. So we will very much want to wish you that state of appreciation. And it is very easy for you to find it. Simply for a few moments each day, allow yourself to breathe deeply and to look around and within and find a few aspects of your inner reality and your outer reality to be in a state of appreciation and in a state of awe. And as you begin to practice this, you'll notice that there is so much within and around you to be grateful for. All right, wow. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Whoa, all right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Polestar. It's good to be back. It takes me a few seconds. It's like, I always say it's like waking up from a nap in front of like a group of people. It's kind of awkward. So, all right. Oh, so many people. I'm new here. Welcome to all the new people. One love. Thanks so much. Debbie says, hello, I'm new to, where do I ask a question? Hi, Debbie. So during the live, you ask the questions. You just put them in the comment box. Ronnie says, welcome back. Thank you. Woo. All right. Okay, so. Oh my God, this is the first time I've seen this. Love you. Oh, love you too. Thank you for being here. So if you guys missed the intro, so I recently did, Jenny says, great chat. Thank you, Jenny. I did a chat with Kevin at the Kevin Moore Show. I pinned the link to the interview up there. Go and watch it. We talk about a lot of stuff, and so I highly recommend it. Kevin is amazing, and he does really great work. Sheila, and many thanks to Sheila, our moderator, for making it so easy to go through the questions. This was a good chat between people too, 40 people near. Wow, that's awesome. So to all the new people, if you guys have come here from Kevin's show, awesome. Hi, Debbie. It's so great. Thank you. I was distracted with the guy outside cleaning the pool. Oh, wow. I didn't even know. There's somebody cleaning the pool. That's funny. Oh, Pulsar, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really, really appreciate that. I love you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Layla says, I found you, started following you yesterday. Awesome, thanks so much, Layla. One Love is from Canada. Awesome, I love it. We have such an international group. Australia, Canada, UK, US. Um, wow, thank you so much, you guys. If you have any more questions, you can, you guys can always email me. I'll be coming back to doing this probably Oregon. Wow, nice. It's beautiful up in Oregon. I lived in Portland for a summer. It was stunning. And then got an RV there. Chile. Wow, amazing. We got somebody from Chile. That is so cool. So yeah, thanks everybody. Tampa. Oh my God, I'm in Tampa. Enrique's from Tampa. Well, I'm actually not far from there. I just watched Kevin's show and then found this. All very good. Am I resonating with my experience? That is so cool. PB Spiel. I'm sure I'm butchering that enough, but thank you for being here. That's so great. Kevin is amazing. It's so cool how he brings so many wonderful people together from all over the world. So grateful to have been there. Crystal Clear. Oh my God, Crystal Clear. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's amazing. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Debbie says, I'm an hour away from Portland. Oh, cool. Yeah, Portland's lovely. I actually got an RV outside of Portland, then traveled all the way south to Southern California in this like vintage RV. That was quite the adventure. You are a cosmic self, says Ron. Thanks, Ron. Thank you so much, Sheila, guys. Really got to thank Sheila for being our moderator. And really to all of you, thank you, Polestar and Crystal Clear, for your super chats. This is amazing. Our cosmic family is growing. It's so good to connect with all of you guys. Feel free. You can also join the Facebook group. All right. So if there's questions or if there's things that you want to share, Enrique says, I was visited twice by this fireship UFOs when I was 7 in 2 different occasions. I have these weird abilities and things have been crazy lately. That's amazing. I had some really interesting experiences around that age as well. This would be an interesting conversation to have. I'm curious about your experience now, like what these things that are happening. Thanks, Ralph. Thank you so much. Again, you guys can check out the Facebook group. It's called Ascension 7. I know it'd be fun to do just a live or an episode on just, I know so many of you guys, hey, Sam Wolf, have had experiences just like myself with different, I had an experience with a ship 2 summers ago. Exactly, like you had a lot of experience like this. It'd be a really fun thing to actually go dive deeper into. And something has been strongly linked to my mission. That's wonderful. Actually, it's interesting because they're very much connected. I noticed this pattern as well. Naples, Florida. Wow, beautiful place. Beautiful place, Naples, Florida. I was just there actually last weekend. Really wonderful place. Yeah, live sauna experiences would be great. Okay, so maybe that's what's coming next. Yeah, for some of you guys, I see UFO looks like a large hovering road flare. Yeah, this would be a great thing to gather together and bring some of these experiences together. And going back to when a lot of people have these experiences, sometimes with the UFOs, it also coincides with Kundalini awakening as well, or it sort of becomes like a catalyst for that because the energy discharge is so powerful. UK, awesome. High reflection all the way from UK. That is so cool. That is so cool, you guys. This is so exciting. Thank you so much. I love you, everybody. And I can't wait to connect with you again very soon. So stay tuned, whether it's in the community section of the YouTube channel or on the YouTube channel, I'll be announcing the next live. Romania, oh my goodness. Wow, Romania, that's amazing. I love it. Lucas from Romania. What a cool group we got. What a cool group. I know you guys sometimes join at different times, but if you just joined, I just did the Q&A, but if you already watched the Q&A, thank you, and look forward to connect again. Tim says, sending lots of positive energy for this coming week from Costa Rica. Amazing. Tim from Costa Rica. Thank you, Tim. Really feeling that energy, really feeling that energy. Hi, Paula. I love it. I love it. So cool. It's so good to connect with you all. I wish you all an amazing week ahead. I know it's going to be really good, especially with June coming up. The energy in June is going to be like, a lot of interesting stuff coming up. Awesome. Yeah, and you guys, again, go on the Facebook group. You can share different information with one another. And here, I'll write it on here. Facebook group. Thanks, Saint Wolf. Thanks so much for everything. And Saint Wolf helps me set up all this thing. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Cosmic Family. So much love to you. Take great care, and make sure you take time to really connect with yourselves. Take time to enjoy your life, to enjoy, your experience, because oftentimes it's so easy to just get caught up in just everything that's going on. All right. Yeah. Let the good vibes roll. Exactly. That'd be a good time to get that song going. Let the good vibes roll. All right, everybody. So much love. Mwah. Make sure to give this a like. All right. And I'm sure you've all been subscribed, but for any reason you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And Mavis, thank you so much. And you're so very welcome. And we will connect here very soon. Thank you, Sheila. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Good night. Mwah.